Brought to you by Penguin.
Lie With Me, a novel by Philippe Besson. Translated from the French by Molly Ringwald. Read by Jacques Roy. You didn't have to attract desire. Either it was there at first glance, or else it had never been. It was instant knowledge of sexual relationship, or it was nothing. Marguerite Duras, The Lover. I concluded with an aching finality that the could-happen possibilities were gone, and that doing whatever you wanted was over. The future didn't exist anymore. Everything was in the past, and would stay there. Bret Easton Ellis, Lunar Park. One day, I can say precisely when, I know the date, I find myself in the bar of a hotel lobby in a provincial city, sitting in an armchair across from a journalist, a low round table between us, being interviewed for my latest novel, which recently came out. She's questioning me on the themes of the book, on separation, the act of writing letters, whether exile can ever save us. I answer her almost without thinking. I'm used to the questions, so the words come easily, almost mechanically, as I allow my gaze to wander to the people walking across the lobby. I watch their comings and goings and invent the lives of these people in my mind. I try to imagine where they are coming from and where they are headed. I've always loved to do that, to invent the lives of strangers in passing. It could almost be considered an obsession. I believe it started when I was a child. I remember it's worrying my mother. "Stop with your lies," she would say. She used the word lies instead of stories, but nevertheless it continued, and all these years later I still find myself doing it. I'm inventing these scenarios in my head while answering questions about the pain of abandoned women. I'm good at that, at disconnecting, at doing these two things at once, when I noticed the back of a young man dragging a small rolling suitcase behind him. I stare at this man in the process of leaving the hotel. I know he's young, his youth is emanating from him, in the way he's dressed and in his casual allure. I'm dumbstruck. I think, this is not possible. This is an image that cannot exist. I could be mistaken, of course. After all, I don't see his face. I can't see it from where I'm sitting. But still, I am absolutely certain I know what the face of this young man looks like. And then I tell myself again, no, it's impossible, literally impossible. But still I call out a name. Thomas! I actually shout it. Thomas! The journalist, who's been sitting across from me trying to scribble down everything I've been saying, raises her head. Her shoulders tighten as though it's her I'm shouting at. I know I should apologize, but I don't. I'm too caught up in this image that's now moving away from me, waiting to see if my shouting his name has any effect. He doesn't turn around. The man keeps walking, so I should assume that I'm wrong, for sure this time, that it really is just a mirage, that it's just the comings and goings that caused this strange illusion. But instead, I jump up and go after him. It's not so much verification I need, because in the moment I'm still convinced I'm right against all reason, against all evidence. I catch up to the man on the pavement just outside the hotel. I put my hand on his shoulder, and he turns around. Chapter 1, 1984. It's the playground of a high school, an asphalt courtyard surrounded by ancient gray stone buildings with big tall windows. Teenagers with backpacks or school bags at their feet stand around chatting in small groups, the girls with the girls and boys with boys. If you look carefully, you might spot a supervisor among them, barely older than the rest. It's winter. You can see it in the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?